Hi kids, today we're going to be reading Young Harriet Tubman, Freedom Fighter, written by Annie Benjamin, illustrated by Ellen Bayer. Harriet Ross Tubman was born a slave, but she spent her whole life fighting for freedom. There are no slaves in America now, but when Harriet was born, around 1820, slaves worked on big southern farms called plantations. They worked in the hot sun from dawn to dusk. It was hard, terrible work. Harriet and her family belonged to a farmer named Edward Broadus. They lived in a one-room shack on his land. It had no windows or furniture. Harriet and her family slept on rags on the dirt floor. Harriet was only 3 when she started working. Even though she was just a little girl, she had to carry messages many miles for Brothers. She was also hired out to work for other families. Sometimes they were very cruel to her. When she was 9 years old, Harriet cleaned houses and took care of babies. It was hard work for a little girl. Harriet did not complain. She did not want Brothers to sell her to another master. 2 of her sisters had been sold already. After dark, the slaves got together to talk about freedom. They told stories about Moses, the man who led his people out of slavery, and they spoke about the Underground Railroad, which took slaves to freedom in the North. The Underground Railroad was not really a train. It was a group of people, both blacks and whites, who felt slavery was wrong. Some people hid slaves in their homes. Others led slaves from one station or house to the next. Harriet loved to listen to these stories. One day, she promised herself she will take the Underground Railroad to freedom. But Harriet almost didn't get her chance. At the age of 15, she was in a store when a slave and his master ran in. The master told his slave to get back to work. The slave refused. His master was so angry he threw a heavy iron weight at him, but the weight hit Harriet in the head instead. Harriet was sick for many months. She almost died, and she had a terrible scar on her forehead for the rest of her life. In time, Harriet went back to work, but now she wanted her freedom more than ever. Finally, in 1849, Harriet heard that Brothers was going to sell many of his slaves. She knew the time had come to run away. During the day, Harriet hid in people's houses. She knew Brothers was looking for her. At night, she walked for miles through the woods to get to the next station on the Underground Railroad. The journey north was long and dangerous, but there were many people to help her on her way. At last, Harriet reached Pennsylvania. There was no slavery there. Harriet was free. Harriet could not forget that her family was still in slavery. She went back and brought them to freedom, too. But there were many more people who needed her help. Harriet helped over 300 slaves escape on the Underground Railroad. The slaves called her Moses. They loved this brave woman very much. The slave owners hated her. They offered a $40,000 reward for Harriet's capture, but Harriet was never caught. During the Civil War, Harriet worked as a spy for the Northern Army. She helped many more slaves escape to freedom. Even after slavery ended, Harriet kept on helping people. She spoke out for women's rights. She started schools for black children and homes for poor black families. When Harriet died at 93, she was giving a military funeral. It was a great honor for the woman who had fought so hard for freedom. And this book was created especially for emerging readers. First Start biographies explore the childhood years of those who overcome obstacles and achieved greatness. I'll see you guys. Take care and remember, subscribe to the channel. Official Storytime with Miss Anna. Bye.